President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the release of the sum of 10 billion naira Special Intervention Fund for immediate repairs and upgrade of the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. This was the high point of the courtesy call on the president by a delegation of governors and leaders of the Southeast Geopolitical Zone at the State House, Abuja. The president said he was aware of the central nature of the airport, which was closed for repair since August 24, 2019, to the socio-economic development of the Southeast. Speaking to State House Correspondent after the meeting, Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, while expressing gratitude over some of Mr. President's infrastructural development in the region, called on the president to declare a state of emergency on road infrastructure across the region.
We came principally to request Mr. President as a follow-up for a special funding release for the takeoff of the reconstruction of the Akanu Ibiam International Airport in Enugu State. And we told him the need for the special fund we're asking for release. But graciously, he had already done that. And so we gave Mr. President standing ovation, and our people are very excited, very happy, and we appreciate Mr. President for doing that. And of course, we talked about, the disconnect due to the deplorable conditions of our road between one state to the other in Southeast. And we made Mr. President to know that the closure of Enugu Airport, which is the center of Southeast activities, we also worsen, the situation of our movement in Southeast. We are majorly industrialists and traders, businessmen and women. And so we told him about the consequence of the closure and, of course, the situation of the roads. And in addition, the erosion, interference of erosion also. And Mr. President, directed Minister of Works to brief us, and he told us the intervention is going to make. It's not one-off. We are going to continue to put pressure to ensure that, we get these roads, fixed.
Dave Umahi also dispelled rumors that there is a rift between the North and the Southeast, describing it as the handiwork of enemies of Nigeria.
We've always worked together. The North and Southeast have been very much allies in politics and in economy. We've never worked across purpose. What people mistaken for differences is political differences to always exist, even in families. But when it comes to economy matters and state affairs, he's the father of the nation and he's our president. We don't have to.
The delegation was made of 7 governors, ministers, and members of the National Assembly, former governors and former members of the National Assembly, traditional rulers, and the business community from the region. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejiroge Nefifen for BN Television.
The Nigerian Immigration Service says efforts are ongoing to have all data of its citizens integrated in one. Immigration Controller General Muhammad Babadende on the note that the service has integrated the new passport with the National Identity Number and Bank Verification Number (BVN) for this purpose. He disclosed this during the budget interface with the Senate Committee on Interior at the National Assembly Complex, Abuja. Babadende explained further that Nigerians who do not have national identity card will not be issued international passport.
I'm glad to state that the new passport we roll out in Lagos and in Abuja, which we're going to roll out in Kano, is linked with the national identity number. If you don't have NIN number, you can't get the document. So we have met many personalities, big and small, who have different names, different date of birth from their passport and from national identity number. Today it's not possible when it comes to passport. You have to get the same identity. I think Nigeria should be very proud of this security. There will be no different one person in Nigeria. If we don't do that, Nigeria will not be secure and be prosperous. The future directed by Mr. President is that when we have your NIN number, we will see your identity in all the identity agencies. They will see your passport, you will see your driver's license, you will see your health insurance, you will see everything required. Instead of now, which is possible, there are a lot of Nigerians who have different names with their driver's license, different names in their passport, different names for their bank account. This will stop. This is the best investment in terms of identity integration.
It breaks a condition where one Nigerians will have irregular data on our various national documents.
Discover the luxury at the heart of the ancient city of Benin, the Prestige Hotel and Suites, a fantasy-like journey into a premium luxury. Its 3 minutes proximity to Benin Airport makes it preferable to other hotels, offering the best executive rooms and suites, swimming pool, gym and game center, having access to Benin Airport area view, and with our top-notch event center to cater for your social and corporate events. Any of our rooms comes with a complimentary breakfast. Prestige Hotel and Suites offers guests a perfect blend of relaxation, business, and pleasure. We're located at number 1 Ihama Road, Airport Junction, Benin City, Nigeria. You can call us on 080-1519-74044, or you can visit our website at www.prestigehotel.com.ng. You can also email us at info@prestigehotel.com.ng. The Prestige Hotel and Suites, a world-class hospitality.
Worried by the persistent criticism of the operations of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered a forensic audit of the operations of the organization from 2001 till date. Receiving governors of the oil-producing states that make up the commission led by Governor Seriake Dixon of Bayelsa State in Abuja, President Buhari said what is presently on ground in the South-South region does not justify the huge resources that have been made available to the commission.
I try to be illegal, that try to understand the interpretation of acts that dictate, the running of these institutions where we are putting so much money, especially the NDDC. We have asked for a forensic audit of what has been happening, because the amount of money which the federal government is religiously allocating to NDDC, we would like to see the results on the ground, and those that are responsible for that, I think, will eventually be asked to explain certain issues. The project must be verifiable. I mean, you just can't say you spend so many billions and then when you go, it's only the lagoon you see, and so you don't see the structures that are claimed to have been done. They also use consultants, so the consultants must prove to be they were competent, and not like what the Minister of Niger Delta said, that they will just put asphalt on top of brown mud, and then when the rain comes, it carries it away. There are also infrastructure in the Niger Delta are very expensive to develop. Places like in some of the or most of the state in the northeast, you just need to scrape it and then the ground is firm. But there you have to do a lot of foundation work. So I'm acutely aware through my experiences that projects in your area are very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. That's why if any job is given, you must make sure that the company is competent, it has the capacity to do it, and to do it well. And the consultants, again, are experienced, and they can do it well. To certainly wait for the report and then see what we can do, so that what expenditure is done can be seen physically.
President Buhari admitted that developing the Niger Delta area requires enormous resources compared to other parts of the country with firmer lands. Governor Dixon had earlier expressed the disappointment of other governors with the operations of the Niger Delta Development Commission, which they said was characterized by poor choice of projects, shoddy handling, uncompleted jobs and lack of the required support for the efforts of the state and local government administration in the region covered by the commission. He therefore called for the repositioning of the Niger Delta Development Commission in order to achieve the objectives for which it was set up. From Abuja, I'm Festus Ejirogo Nefife for Ben Television.
The Chairman Senate Committee on Media, Senator Adedayo Adeyeye, had denied knowledge of an alleged involvement of Senate in secret recruitment in ministry, department, and agencies of government. There have been reports in a major newspaper of brewing crisis in the Senate following alleged allocation of 100 employment slots in the Federal Inland Revenue Service to the leadership of the Senate. The news, which was awash in the front pages of two national dailies, stated that the President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawal, took 26 slots for members of his constituencies, while leaving the remaining 74 to the 8 others principal officers in the Senate. Reacting to the matter during the inaugural meeting of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Adeyeye said he was not aware of the development, adding that the committee will investigate the matter.
And only facts. And honestly, I'm just hearing about this matter, not aware of it. I will need to investigate. I will need to make appropriate contact with that committee, get the gist of the investigation, and also talk to the leadership of the Senate, who as of now, I can't say anything about it. I'm sorry about that. Don't expect me, just because I have to, you don't expect me to come here and give any correct thing. That's it. I don't have anything to say about this story. I need to conduct my own investigation, find out, then I will brief you on it.
He assured the media that the ongoing 2020 budget defense is not shrouded in secrecy, despite the fact that most of the 69 standing committees sit behind a closed door during the budget's defense section.
Discover the tangible magic of our hospitality that is all about you. The Wells Curtain Hotel and Apartments is a surely fantasy-like journey into a glamorous world of pure luxury and gratifying indulgence. The Wells Curtain Hotel and Luxury Apartments offers guests a perfect blend of relaxation, business and pleasure, delicately infused to meet the highest international standards. It's first-class service at its finest. Our commitment to exceed your expectations means impeccable attention to detail, courtesy, and a genuine care for your every need. Located at number 8 Gadonasco Street, off Jose Martin at Sokoru, Abuja, Nigeria. You can call us on +234 908 7561 269 or visit our website at wellscurtain.com. Upgrade your stay at the Wells Curtain Hotel and Luxury Apartments, an experience guaranteed to leave you breathless with longing.
Members of the ninth Senate across the party line have resolved to support the executive arm of government in order to think through 2020 budget proposal. Senator Abba Moro, representing Benue South, stated this in a chat with journalists in Abuja. He explained that the 2020 budget was not pleasant, but the National Assembly will work around the budget.
259 billion naira allocation to the Ministry of Works and Housing. The Ministry of Works and Housing is a huge ministry. Two very huge ministries merged together. So hypothetically, if you give 159 billion to Ministry of Works and give 100 billion to Ministry of Housing, the other component, if you juxtapose it against the reality on ground of the construction technically, therefore, there is no allocation for the Ministry of Works. Because as of today, the Ministry of Works is talking about almost 300 and something billion naira certificates of jobs already executed. And you are giving that ministry 159 for 2020. You are not giving them anything. That's what it means. Because they cannot even pay for the jobs that have already been executed for them. And don't forget that the Procurement Act provides for penalty for unpaid certificates. For every month that you fail to pay somebody for a job that has already executed. So if they take us to court, one certificate alone can consume the whole of that 159. So the situation is not too pleasant, but it's popular in all democracies. The budgets have been brought to the National Assembly. For us in the Senate, it is our intention to help this government to succeed, because if the government succeeds, then Nigerians succeed, and we all succeed.
Speaking on the issue of the herders and farmers' clutches in Benue South, its appeals are gradually returning to the area.
And we had an interaction with the Chief of Air Staff and his officials yesterday, and I didn't hide my feeling when I commended them for a job well done. Today we have relative peace in the Benue South Senatorial District. As far as the herders farmers' clash is concerned, we have relative peace right now. Of course, we have had attacks on vulnerable points up to this moment, but in terms of the frequency, in terms of the intensity of attacks, we have relative peace now. And of course, the Air Force has a unit stationed in Agatuna, one of those flashpoints in those days. And so today we can talk of peace in that place, and our people are law-abiding, as it were. The Fulani herders have been living with us for some time, but for inexplicable reasons,